If your videos look bad and you want to start making better looking videos today, I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do right now to improve your video quality. The first thing we have to do is fix your lighting. And the trick to lighting isn't just buying more and more lights, although we all would love to if we had unlimited money. What I want to do, and this is much more effective at actually achieving the look that you're trying to get, is control the light that you already have. The goal is to produce contrast in your image so that you stand out from what's behind you. Here's how we're gonna do it. First, turn off all of your room lights. Block your windows. We wanna make your room a blank canvas. Next, turn on your key light. This is the main light that'll be illuminating you, but you don't really want it blasting you in the face. Raise it up, put it off to the right of the camera, and angle it at about 45 degrees. What we're going for are some soft shadows on your face, but we don't wanna spill a whole lot of light onto the background. This looks pretty good. You can see that this whole side back here is totally blacked out. It's all in shadow. We do have 2 issues though. This side still got a lot of light. It's bleeding through a lot. And the shadows on my face, they're pretty dang harsh. So we want to fix those. Let's start with fixing all the light spill onto this side of the background. I'm gonna do something called flagging off this back wall. You just wanna take some sort of dark material like a blanket or a curtain and block all of the light that's hitting that area that you don't want it to hit. This can be as simple as something like a black blanket or curtain taped to the ceiling, which is exactly what I'm doing. Just making sure it's all totally out of frame. Yeah, it's not pretty, but it does the trick. Now that we've blocked all the light going over my head, that back wall is dark enough for my liking. I think it's almost totally blacked out. But these shadows on my face are still really harsh. So to fix it, we're gonna do pretty much exactly the opposite of what we did with blocking this light. We're gonna bounce light to fill it in. So grab something like this $3 foam core. I bought this at the craft store, super cheap, really useful, really light. A whiteboard like this is great for bouncing light, and what you're gonna do is put it opposite your key light and it'll fill in those shadows. Obviously we don't want it in the shot, so in this case I'm gonna stick it on my lap. It'll fill in some of those shadows underneath, so that's with it, and that's without it. See, that's much harsher. That's without, that's with it. Another thing you can do, wear light clothes. They act as a natural bounce board. I don't even know if I need this anymore. Obviously, we're not done with the light. Finally, we want to turn some lights on behind me, have some light filling in behind my head. It's called a hair light. In my case, I've got all of these practical lights, and these act as not only practicals to fill in the light in the background, but also to separate me with this hair light coming right over here. I've got this practical lamp and another identical one on this side. I've just got one directed at me, and it's kind of pulling me out from the background. So once you've got your key light set up, you want to have some background lights. No matter how you add light to your background, just remember to keep them dimmer than your key light. That way you retain that contrast. Our lighting is set, the shot looks good, but it could definitely look better. The second thing that makes your videos ugly is all of this clutter in the background. Clean it up. You want people to focus on you, not all of the random stuff that you have in your background. I mean, and look, I'm not saying remove everything from the frame, but pick things that look nice. Try to keep it on theme with your channel. In my case, it makes sense to have my computer screen on and camera gear in the background. But if you're a cooking channel, it makes sense to be in your kitchen with utensils or some food items in the background, just in a neat way. It makes sense for my computer screen to be on, but it shouldn't have all of this ugly clutter on it. So instead, I'm going to put like a simple but nice, colorful screensaver on it. Controlling the items in your background is a great way to add color, which is also something we're missing here, and that's the third reason why your videos look bad. Color is beautiful, and it plays a key role in keeping your viewers visually interested in your videos, but if you do any more than 1 or 2 background colors, which is what I recommend, you run the risk of making it look like a rainbow threw up in here, and that is not good. It can be kind of nauseating. Teal and orange is a very popular color combination. Red and blue looks good too. If you want to go real basic, just have some warm lights on in the background at like 2700 Kelvin, and then have your main light, of course, at daylight at 5600 Kelvin. You get a little bit of contrast there. Obviously, I'd have to change this this computer screen. But I'm not gonna bother with that because I'm going back to color. The easiest way to add color to your background is by using RGB lights. These will spread color over any neutral shade that you have in the background, so you don't have to paint your gray wall blue to have blue in the background. You just shine a blue light on it. I went out to Home Depot and picked up these RGB light bulbs that cost about $8, and they live in my practical lamps. The cool thing is I can make them any color and control them remotely from an app, so it makes changing colors really easy, and it's really an inexpensive way to add some color to your background. I'll link them in the description below in case you're interested, or it would be useful for you when you're building your studio. Lighting is done, the background is decluttered, and you've added color to your scene. Now you should have a shot that looks something like this.